And a quick reminder that if you were born on the 29th of February, guess what? You do have a birthday this year. Congratulations! You should celebrate and invite me to come and celebrate with you. How about that? How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul? My name is the D to the E to the N-I-S-E, Denise Dennis, one and only of Nigeria. Inflate. Did I not add Worlu? I'll take that again. Denise Dennis Worlu, one and only of Nigeria. Info FM Port Harcourt. What are we discussing today on the sunny side? Inflation. Buying at current price for old stock. Some of our experiences lately. I will share mine and the questions I would be asking. Do you consider it morally acceptable for retailers to inflate the prices of old stock? Now that conversation takes us up until the 1 o'clock hour. Then we'll go on the news break for trending stories. Then we have a recorded program coming up after that. And then we'll be back for a chit chat. Now the final hour is talking about food. Hoarding food at events. If you had an occasion, who would you rather assign refreshments to? After the commercial break, we continue. Stay tuned.
It's 3 days to total experience with Pastor Amechi Udabo at Love World City, Atali Farm Road, Port Harcourt.
Three Nigeria Info FM. So yes, I was saying that in the final hour on the sunny side today, I will be asking, if you had an occasion, who would you assign refreshments to? A caterer or family members? Why are some people in the habit of hoarding food at events? For this similar reason, some people do not eat at events. They ensure that they eat from their houses because they didn't want to hear stories that touch. Are you the type who never gets offered food? You never get lucky when it comes to eating at events because the food never gets to you. And it is all because they claimed it has finished. A particular caterer has been exposed after hoarding food she was paid to cook for guests at an event. The guests who were heard repeatedly chanting "thief" in the video, which has gone viral online, forcefully brought out the food from where it was hidden after being told that there was no longer food at the event. I saw a full cooler of stew with plenty orishi inside. I saw a cooler of rice. I saw a cooler of soup. I saw a cooler of swallow, like already made swallow. And I'm like, hello, madam. What were you intending to do with this food? But guess what? 2 o'clock, that is when we will scatter that table, Sam. But let's talk about inflation. You've experienced it. I've experienced it. And as of the last time I did some shopping, it really broke my heart how expensive things had become. So much so that I started inspecting the usage of certain things in my house to ensure that they do not waste. Things like detergents, things like liquid dishwashing soap. As at the last time I got it, it was like 1,000 naira. The highest I've ever gotten it was 1,100 naira. But I got it for 1,500 last week. Now, I had been to the supermarket and I needed to get deodorant body spray. And I had gone to the shelf where they usually would arrange them. And, in some supermarkets, you would have a price tag on the shelf for a particular brand. So if there are like 20 containers or 20 cans or 20 bottles, you would just see one thing put there and you just know that this thing is 2.5 or thereabout. Abi? Some other supermarkets will have each item have the price tag. So I had picked up this particular brand of body spray because it was the only one that the scent appealed to me out of the several ranges. And I saw on the can 1,950 naira. And in my head, I was like, okay, wow. This other supermarket sells this one for like 2.5 or so. Maybe because this brand is quite new, hence it is cheap. I picked like 6 if I'm not mistaken, because when I see things at that rate, I usually used to shatter it. In fact, even before now, I do not like to buy single items when I can buy more than one, so that when one gets finished, I can always fall back on another one. And before that one gets finished, I should be able to replace, right? So I picked and then I took to the cashier or the pay point. And they checked with their machine that they will put the thing and it will do bing. And it displayed on the computer screen 1,900 naira. So that was where the problem began. The owner of the supermarket suddenly said, these things have increased in the market. Oh. It's supposed to be 2,400 naira. We forgot to change it. And I'm like, yeah. Hold on. What's going on here? On the can is 1,950. In your system, it's 1,900. Why are you now telling me that it's supposed to be 2,400? And he said, yes, that's the current price. And I'm like, hold on. But this is clearly old stock. I mean, why would I be buying old stock for the price of... I hope you understand what I mean. For the price of a new stock. He said, yes, now. Where will I save money to go and buy fresh ones if I continue to sell at old price? Like I said, it wasn't like this was what was indicated on the body. This was a realization at the moment of purchase. And I said, okay, fine. So how much do you want me to pay? He said, okay, let me just help you. Bring to 2,000 and collect them. That was like 100 naira more. But it seemed fair to me. So I gave him the 2,000 naira. I did a transfer to the supermarket's account. And then I left. And then I got thinking, in his defense, this is the current price at the market. So he needs to sell at the current price at the market to be able to purchase more. But this is old stock. What What's the rationality behind selling things that you bought at a far cheaper amount, far more expensive? I also thought about this. If this was a new business and you needed to start this new business, you would gather money on your own, right? To purchase things to stock up. Am I right? How come all of a sudden you already have this product, and because you want to buy more product, you want to inflate the price when you had got this? So it means you're going to be making far much more profit. But then I was discussing with someone and they said, no, Denise, don't see it like that. It's business. Yes, now you have to make up the money, because if you go with that same amount that you had sold the previous one, you will not be able to buy new ones. But then again, this is old stock. Imagine picking up items with price tags at a supermarket only to go to the pay point. The attendant has them checked to the computer and you see the same price on the price tag, but you're being told to pay higher because you are the current price in the market. More like paying current price for an old stock. Do you consider it morally acceptable for retailers to inflate prices of old stock? And this is not just about the supermarket. The scarcity of petrol that we currently experience. Some filling stations, I do know, have old stock. How do I know? They are in my area. It's easy to know when they load petrol. And you can tell that this petrol that they had loaded it since forever. But they refuse to sell. And then when they eventually decide to sell, they sell a lot higher. Someone said he got yesterday for 750 per liter. And as at today, it's 800 naira per liter. I don't know how much you've been buying petrol. Cement. Some people have had old stock of cement. Cement they probably bought from between 4,000 to 5,000. And I hear that they are currently selling at 9,000 naira per bag of cement. And as many possible things. Some people that are currently selling a bag of rice for 70-something thousand naira had bought those bags of rice when they were between 50 to 55,000 naira. But I'm not a business person. So I count on you to help us understand better. Remember, we are looking at morally acceptable. Do you consider it morally acceptable for retailers to inflate the prices of old stock? Let's talk. 0817 923 0002. That is 0817 923 0002. We also have 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number for WhatsApp and Telegram messages is 0809 030 6416. Again, 0809 030 6416. A call screener is on standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So when you do call, remember the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but that of the call screener. On X, we are at Nigeria Info PH, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. I love it when you listen. I look forward to you listening. But guess what I find more interesting? You being a part of the conversation. So do well to join the conversation, any of our social media platforms, or you call the phone lines earlier advertised. Nigerian, good afternoon to you and welcome. Hello? Nigerian folk, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too. Welcome.
Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt.
Mr. Zion, you're welcome.
So the thing, now you that thing happened to or the past where I see him.
Na me buy. Not beside the pass. It was my personal experience.
It happened to me too on Sunday. In fact, I was frozen at infant because the price back there was 1,450.
Okay.
of that quittance. 1,450 was there stated. Approaching the counter, I was told, no, it's now 2,200.
Wow.
Look the quality of people we have in this country. That is why initially I will be the number one to blame the politicians. But after a period of study, I changed my concept when it comes to nation building. And people started accusing me. No, sir. Sorry, no, ma. Even the politicians are trying to survive the people. They are wicked people we have in this country. Unpatriotic people. People who should not even be among our means. They go to church on Sunday. They go to their mosques on Friday. They go to their traditional worship and ground on daily basis of the consultant. But if their acts are reprobate, do you know that even in the scripture, it's against for you to increase price unnecessarily? It's in the Bible. All these things we are doing, we are just hurting ourselves. 1,450 time to pay, say it's 2,400 for what? Just imagine the inflation. Everybody just increasing price. I am calling. Where is the man of war? Where is the war against indiscipline? These are bodies enacted by the act of the parliament. They're supposed to come out to the streets. Or is the president not aware that those people to enforce discipline, not they're also indisciplining the people? Increasing price of commodities, making the government more difficult and tarnishing the image of the government. All these things they are doing is people just want to tarnish the image of the government, increasing price unnecessarily. Was there scarce of these products? Manufacturers, are they no longer there? When we wake up, politicians are this, politicians are that, and we are the ones that are wicked. Go to oil mill market now. Go to Romgoro market now. A cup of rice, how much? I want to ask, what caused the increment of the price of rice?
Inflation. It's inflation. I mean, I don't know how it is in all climes, but I think this is something that is quite global. It's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. The inflation, the economic recession, and all of that. However, we can only speak from our personal experience. Last week I was talking about baby food. This week, I mean, it's touching everything. But it's okay? If the cost of production is high, it makes sense. For instance, I produce something, okay? And if I go to the market today and the cost of the raw ingredients have become expensive, and if I must meet up my business, I will definitely need to increase the price. I just want to be doing aha. I used to buy something from a particular vendor that sells chops. You know, all them samosa, spring rolls, puff, mosa, and the rest of them. And I saw on his status the other day that they were going to review prices with effect from the first week of March. And then he gave the new prices. This is at first week of March. And in the letter, he had explained why it had to be that way. I mean, I like our current realities. If they want to meet up with the same quality that we enjoy, they will have to increase prices. It's a no-brainer. There was pre-information. So if I want to buy the next time, I already have it registered in my head that these are the new prices, right? But then, for some people, old stock. They probably got these things since, sometimes if there are things that have expiry dates, they got them since forever. And then the argument is because that is the current price in the market and they need to gather money to be able to buy again. But to the person that is directly impacted by that decision, would it seem fair that you had got this thing for 1 naira. Half of the price, okay. But adding a whole, maybe an extra 1,000 naira on top of it or more. On Twitter, that's X, at that Isoko guy says, if they don't, they will have to face the burden of topping up in order for them to stock up again. Yes, that's the argument everybody gives. But is it okay? Babajide Olumide says, the inflation now is, damn it. There are individuals who do not want the progress of Nigeria. Now there is fuels in command. All right, this one says, I will keep repeating my words. What's happening? I'll keep repeating my words. We Nigerians are too greedy. Business is a passion venture to make profit. But in Nigeria, business is a venture to impoverish your fellow Nigerian. Greed is the business motto of dealers. Brightner from Woji. Do you consider it morally acceptable? So when you speak as a customer that will buy, and you speak as the retailer that will sell. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Am I on?
This ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, you see, you were talking about cement is 9,000 naira. I think, I don't know your own side, but I think you're wrong. Cement is sold for 12,000 naira.
12,000 naira now.
9,000.
Wow. Okay, so he just called to give me updates on the price of cement. Okay. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Vincent calling from Bore.
Vincent, you're welcome.
You know what I experienced yesterday when I went to get something at the supermarket?
No, tell me.
Reaching that place, the body spray that we are selling for 2.5. I discovered that the owner of the shop asked the that we are selling for her to pack out everything and start adding 1,000 naira.
Whoa!
That's from 2.5 to 3.5. I now asked the young man that, why are you adding 1,000 naira? He said, that is the current price. I said, no, this thing you not bought it now. It is the old stuff. Then why are you adding 1,000 naira? He said that, madam, I start shouting. I was thinking that the woman will respond to me so that I should finish her there. I said, this thing they are doing is bad. Okay, if you want to add the price, why not add, 500 naira, maybe from 2.5 to 3,000 naira? Why adding a whole 1,000 naira? That is a pure wickedness. And God will judge them on all these things they are doing. I was very angry. I said, God will judge all these things that you guys are doing. Okay, now he said they have increased the price of these things now in the market. You do not get this thing now. Maybe you will say you pay transport on it. You do not pay transport to go and get this very one. This one are old stock. Then why adding a whole 1,000 naira from 2.5 to 3.5? From 3.5 to 4.7 or 5,000, like just like that, adding 1,000 naira. So you discover that we, to the individuals, we are also wicked, wickeding our fellow humans as an African.
So you're saying it is more of wickedness than doing business. Is that what you're saying?
I'm telling you, it is too bad. Look at who are we punishing? It's not the same Nigerians. Who are you punishing? As then we say, we know our leaders are bad because I think the leader has say, okay, this thing, if a bag of cement is 1,000 naira, is 1,000. You don't have any right to add it or to remove. But the leaders are the problem. I don't even blame that. I don't blame that. The leaders are the problem we have. These politicians and we too following them are also the problem. Because we have seen all of this, you will see people who come and say, I'm a member of PDP, APC, Labour, all of this nonsense that has no reason, it has no contribution, it's not helping us. My sister, thank you.
All right then. Thank you too. Sonny Michael says, do you really blame these people? Can this happen in just South Africa here? But if things are working the way they ought to, price control will simply take care of that part. Chuku Power says, going to buy things now gets me tired because price changes every minute. I don't blame the businessman because he needs to replace his goods. Nigerians are wicked and our leaders are not helping matters at all. Blame it on wickedness, some of you have said. Nigerian folk, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Talk to me.
This is Ivan.
You're welcome.
It comes from the government that was supposed to draw the prices.
I'm sorry, you have to call back. Your line is breaking. Nigerian folk, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome.
I was talking to you about the cost of cement. You said it's 9,000.
Okay, so are you just calling to tell me what the current price of cement is? I think I already got that information and I said thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
So, suddenly today I went to eat in a restaurant this morning. So, when I got there, yesterday I ate there, the food was, I think was 700 naira yesterday. This morning, this afternoon, the woman said that she has increased it to 1,200 naira, that things are cost. And you know the worst part? They are increasing the food, and they are increasing the money. The food is not even increasing. It is going more down.
Does the food taste the same?
Don't realize
Is the food as sweet as it used to be the last time you bought it?
This is not a paper now. This is the last of us.
But I can totally relate with food because last week I had to cook. I mean, I made banga soup and I made stew. And I just realized that some people do not sell 200 naira fresh pepper anymore.
Do you know that even in the market now, they don't cost me
a custard rubber of fresh tomatoes I used to buy from 1.5 was being sold for 3,500 naira. And the woman was not even hearing sorry. Oh, please. I'm not even joking. Hey, I'm not even joking. So if the price of food increases, well, I don't know what to say, but I'm sure you understand what I mean.
Did you? Have you seen that packet Indomie that we used to buy, that smaller one?
The small noodles. I hear a carton of noodles now is like 8,500.
8,000, yeah, 8,000. And did you know the worst part? It's still they are still reducing it too.
In the noodles, it's not noodlesing.
Yes, now it's reduced now. Check it now.
Are you serious? Wow.
It's reduced. Serious. My God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Where do we even begin? All right. So this message says, good topic. These businessmen are people I call Shylocks, but I don't blame them. I blame government that don't know that there is supposed to be a price control agency still on still. A price control agency. A lot of you have been clamoring for that. But at the end of the day, one begins to wonder, the people in business know what they experience. I mean, imagine you know what you see in business and someone else is coming to regulate the price for you. I'm sure it wouldn't make sense to you, am I right? Nigerian folk, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm not good, though.
Please, try and be good. I am begging you, please.
The man said he's only went to bought food that it was 700. My own, where I used to buy, it was 1,200.
Okay.
Now they are selling it 2,000.
2,000 naira for the same food.
I'm telling you, for a plate, and the thing itself will not even be enough for you to eat. Yesterday, I'm a boat driver. My name is Sudo. I bought for 30,000 naira. Today now, I went to buy again 20,000. I'm just working for 4. I'm paying both. Nothing is less for me. I'm not really happy, honestly, Didi. I don't know why. Can we continue to suffer like this?
I wish we didn't
Yesterday, I
have
bought
to.
in the morning 690. In the evening, I was buying 780. This afternoon, now I'm buying almost 800 naira. Just naira is part of it. I mean, what is going on now?
Oh my God. Okay, we need to go on the final commercial break. When we come back, I'll read your final messages and we wrap things up on this conversation. Stay tuned to us. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Richard from Choba Axis. The same thing has happened to me and it's very annoying. I went to Market Square in Choba Junction to do a market survey for my boss. He asked me to know the prices so I can buy them and send them to his wife. After the whole market survey, I sent the total price to him through WhatsApp. He immediately sent the money to buy the items. Do you know that after I picked out the whole items and took them to the lady at the counter to make payment, this lady told me that the prices I saw on the items are not the same with what is in her system. The amount increased to 12K plus, way above my survey. I was at the supermarket when I did the survey and same place I received the money and this is happening. How to explain to the manager that I was sent on an errand and this money isn't mine? They told me that the person in charge of changing the prices forgot her duty. How was that my fault? I had to call my boss to tell him. At first he was angry, but later he sent me the money. It was really annoying. Really? Good day, Denise. Most of these traders are extremely wicked. They are intentionally doing the price inflation. It is sheer wickedness, and most of them don't make much sales. Those items get spoiled in their hands. Charles from Warfare. Good day, Denise. Yes, it is morally right for businesses to review their prices to match current realities, else they will go out of business. The seller will not be able to replenish his or her stock if the goods are sold at the prices they were bought or when prices have currently changed. Goodness says, hi Didi, good afternoon. On the midday news, I heard the government has agreed with Dangote and Co to sell about 8,000 to 9,000 depending on location. Get locally made liquid soaps for your dishes. After all, it washes it. How much is a loaf of bread today? Bought for 1,400 last week. Oh, that one. Last week I got from a bakery close by for 750. The previous week, before last week, I had gotten for 650. And then just last week again, in the same week, I went back there and they told me it's 800 naira. My sister, good afternoon. The case is seriously bad. If you price cement in the morning and make deposit in the afternoon, they will tell you that the price have changed by additional 1,000. It happened at Bori. My name is Lee. Where do I begin? My name is Mrs. Njoko. I love the way you ended with you are not a business person. Now, let me explain. As a business person, you have $50 in stock and there's price hike, like say extra 20K. When you go and buy again after selling at your old price, are you going to get the 20K extra to buy the 50 number stock? 20K times 50 is what? Are you aware that once price changes in China, for instance, they call you immediately, and that's all, as long as you have not paid or initiated business. Once their currency gain over dollar, it affects the price they sell to you. And if you're in business world, you will understand. I am actually in business world, just so you know. But back to your message. Let's just pray our government will change.
The latest updates, current issues, and lots more on Nigeria Info.
All right, let me just round off this message and then we'll end the conversation. If you're in business world, you understand. Let's just pray our government will change overnight to good governance. I forgot to mention that the importers are not actually seeing the price they're supposed to sell given the hiking dollars. The truth is, some of them are closing down. Even the ones we look up to are closing down. If you're in business, you will understand better. Get into business first yourself, then you will understand, because who no go know. I'm sure you guys have increased your advert rates because this information is real. I'm in business. I've been in business for the past now 14 years. So I definitely understand. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes the prices increase. They are too, what's the word? It's more like you're taking advantage of people. Even the things that the prices had not increased in the market, you claim they have. This is simply because you want to make excess profit, and it doesn't make sense. That's exactly what I mean. Thank you for being a part of this conversation.
This is Trending Stories on 92.3 Nigeria Info.